one of the first few lives of the year. Sorry, I'm just trying to snack real quick. Been on the road a lot today. We're snacking on some good old classic corn nuts ranch. And then, if you're a follower of the channel, you know I love my little Arizona herbal tonic drinks. We are currently sitting in a little town, see, southeast of Kokomo, my hometown. Last night we had a little weather pattern move through central Indiana, the Midwest. First round came through about 11:30 in the morning, March 14th, Thursday. Heavy downpouring rain, strong winds. Phone calls started coming in with wind damage, south edge of Kokomo, southwest end of Kokomo, some straight line winds. Haven't even made it there yet. Dried up, I was busy working. We weren't planning on roofing, so no roofing going on because of the weather that was planned. So working at the shop, the barn, the house, all that. And then I'm watching this storm blow through about 6:30, I think. Stretching from like Frankfort, Lebanon, Michigan town, Sharpsville, Greentown, Tipton County area, just got hit pretty hard. The pictures started coming in. I was seeing some people saying, hey, I'm kind of concerned. It was like pea size, dime size. I've got family who say with dime size. And then there were a few people that started sending pictures with like golf ball that I didn't really know. It was like somebody sent it to, you know. But then people I know were like, hey, no, it was bad. Golf ball size and bigger. It just annihilated some cars. I saw the car in person, people I know. So I'm finally getting back to that area because we're down in Sheridan doing a few riffs today. Guys were there. We wrapped up one, sent the drone up, did a quick fly over that, flew right down the road where they were, got them what they needed, and now I'm starting to start my inspections for hail damage here. And I'm just sitting here at this little gas station, planning my route, and I see this guy pulls by. He's a contractor. Didn't catch the name. It just said something contracting. And I can see this big smile on his face as he turns the corner and his window's going down. So I open my door because my truck's not running. He's like shit-eating grin. He's like, hey man, I follow you on TikTok. Well, that's kind of cool, Phil. I thought you were going to say YouTube. But anyway, I'm sitting here snacking. I figured I'd go live real quick, see what you guys are up to. Oh, 90 of you finally starting to chime in here, get some people in. If you guys could give it a quick thumbs up. There's still none up there. Hopefully the signal's good. I'm stationary. So in previous lives, I've realized, what's up, Super Roofer? Hope you're doing good. Let's see what you say. You got some hail there. Yeah, we got some pretty good size. I mean, golf ball easy, bigger than that. And so anyway, I just thought it was funny he did that. Figured I'd go live real quick, see what you guys are up to, see if you got some. Because it was a big squall line that basically went from like northern Indiana all the way down to Texas. Reed Timmer and a bunch of those other guys were out storm chasing. There's tornadoes out in like Kansas, stuff like that. There was a funnel indicated that went through this area right where I'm at. I haven't seen any damage, and honestly, I thought I'd see more storm chaser restoration guy salesman, but haven't seen him yet. Unless this one that drove by saying, hey, follow me on TikTok might have been, but anyway, got a few to look at here. Still got a lot to do. Double back down to Sheridan, go wrap that job up, get it finished up, and it's going to be probably a dark o'clock day today, which is fine. Starting off the year here, I'm not blocking. Yeah, let me pull up real quick. Blocking pumps. Let me just go around the corner here real quick. It's getting busy. What time is it? I wonder if school let out. There's a high school not far from me in this little town here. We'll just get out of the way of these cars. There we go. Oh, random thought. I forgot to tell you. So when I've gone live before, it's usually like driving and stuff, and it caused the signal to go bad. Plus, there's so much moving pixels on the screen that I think the photo compression was just really bad. So I've wanted to try now and see, just not that it's a broadband connection or not, just the fact that the compression, the software video compression, doesn't have to compress so many different pixels. It can take a stationary photo and keep it a little more clear for you guys. So basically just want to have my snack, plan my next route from the next few stops, and then wrap this up and head out and get some more done yet. What's up here? Yeah, it's actually been really good this year. You started getting 60s and 70s really early here in central Indiana, because normally, like, our last average frost is Mother's Day, May 16th-ish range right there, because that's kind of when we wait for our gardening. I've actually got a pretty big-ass garden plot going in already. It's already tilled up, ready to go. This is our third or fourth week now that we've had 60s and 70s. It's a little breezy, makes it a little cool today, about 58 degrees right now. But it's been nice, I'm not complaining. we've actually done some really good sized jobs with those few weeks we've had a good weather, because I don't like roofing in the winter. It's not good for so many reasons. The guys hate it. It's cold, not good on the material. Nails blow through. Don't pin them down. Don't go driven down. Shingles look rough. Don't stick down. And most importantly, that a lot of guys don't talk about, GPS switching around. If there ever is a possible warranty claim, not insurance claim, but warranty claim, they're pretty much going to deny it because it was installed with cold weather and there's no exact date or temperature. There's a little exclusion in the fine print, and that's an out for them. So it's better to wait till you're on the tail end coming out of the winter if you're in a cold region.
Head south on South Main Street toward West Vine Street, then turn left onto East Vine Street.
I'm not even moving. And just wait till you're coming out of winter with some predicted decent weather for it to stick down. With some other little factors. If they're calling for a windstorm, I'd probably hold off. Like they're calling for 40-mile-an-hour winds tomorrow, so we're not roofing tomorrow. It's also Saturday. We don't work weekends. Some of the guys wanted to. I was like, no, it's going to be way too windy. We're going to start back up Monday, do a small one. Tuesday, start getting into like a 58, 60, 68 square. I don't remember. But anyway. Did you get any bad storms there, Super Roofer? I was watching the one. I was at my desk midday. It had cleared up and we were working on sewer stuff, and one of the YouTubers I follow live, he like works with other YouTubers that do storm chasing, and so they'll have like live feeds into his channel showing it. And I can't remember what the city was, but it was like west of Kansas, or not Kansas. What the hell city was that? Can't think of it, but it looked pretty gnarly. It was a pretty big, confirmed big twister down in that area. What's up, Jeremy Nye? I'm gonna raise this up a little bit. You can see the screen a little better. What's up, Steven? Oh, Steven Perva. Yeah. Haven't forgotten about you. It's been on the list. I'm going to get that stuff swept off for you. Appreciate you chiming in. You up in Chicago currently, or are you back in the area? No, well, I know. I want to let you know I hadn't forgot about it. I was going to try to get by a couple of times. I was just short on time and I had to keep moving. Or didn't have the right ladder on the truck. Headed over tomorrow. I would say I'd try to sneak away and meet you and get that taken care of, but my wife's birthday's coming up and I probably need to be home with them because it was like 8 o'clock before I even left the job site yesterday at the barn I'm working at. I don't want to piss them off, so. How long are you going to be here for? Ryan Jackson, do I buy from Reese? Yes, buy from Reese. Primarily I've bought from Reese back since the early 2000s. Then Richard's Building Supply, they just moved out of Kokomo and had been buying at Reese. I bought ABC out of Muncie 2021, 2022. Supply shock stuff was an issue, but yeah, I've been back at Reese for a while. Been really good to work with there. Just a couple days. All right. Well, safe travels. Maybe I can try to run by. We're working in Kokomo Monday, so I'll try to sneak away once I get the job set up. I got a few more inspections to catch up in the area. Oh, you're fine, Ryan. I knew what you're talking about. There's only so many now. SRS, I think Beacon got bought out. ABC, of course, is everywhere. Everybody knows. Reese Wholesale. At least in my region, there's probably other decent sized ones elsewhere, but man, these things are so good. I'm gonna try something. All right, are we back? I think we might be back. Okay, cool. I wasn't sure. I've never had that happen before. I didn't know what it was going to do. I thought it might pick up the sound in here, but I think the phone, the way it's connected, it probably shut it off. So sorry about that. It's my brother. He went out to fly out west to Colorado to help a friend out in need right now. And don't get to talk to him too much, so I wanted to take that call real quick. Plus, I thought it'd be kind of cool. It would transmit through to find out. What time is it right now? My laptop's back off. Nope, there it is, 3 o'clock. Shit, I gotta get busy here in a minute. Anyone else on here following? It's still 16, 18 a year or so. Not bad for an impromptu live. I don't do lives very often. They usually don't do real well, but used to do a lot of lives, Q&A Friday nights at the desk at the house and try to do questions and answers. I might try to bring that back. It just depends on my workload and how busy I am. Sometimes they go way too long. And then usually middays like this, quick updates. I've been trying to get more content thought of. I've been really busy with the barn I bought and the new property for the company. It's taken up a lot of time. Once I get that all caught up, I'll have more time to actually focus on the company and the YouTube channel. But what I'm doing out there is going to hopefully help bring content to the channel. That little sample board I had years back in my garage behind my truck, no room through the winter time. I've got a 4,000 square foot barn, built an office in it, still building in it. I'm going to have a mock-up board I can do various different things and not have to worry about parking a vehicle in the garage and not being able to pull in when it's a snowstorm, stuff like that. Pipe boots, wall flashing, chimney, whatever. So that's kind of the plan. And then also a studio in the office where I can do more content from the desk, reviewing products, reviewing like different content as far as like how I investigate a company to see based on reviews and stuff I can find online is if it's a good company or not. So the corn nuts. Yep, I'm getting down there. Is Kitcoins in today? Kitcoins, you out there? Rants or us? Any longtime viewers, moderators? No. How about my brother? He called me. You know I'm on live. Maybe you're chiming in real quick. I really thought there'd be more people combing and canvassing this area, but guess not. Several of the calls are half mile down the road here, not too far away. I don't really do the door knocking. People call pretty consistent throughout the day, every day. Some days there'll be no calls, but it's usually a couple calls a day, just enough to keep us busy where I don't have to have all the receptionists, office staff, salesmen, and all that. As one of you faithful viewers of the channel years back would always say, stay small, keep it all. Now, it's not always about your sales. It's hard to be all over the place because I know some people are homeowner DIYers and then some people are salesmen, some people are, starting roofing companies, but I forgot what I was even going to say. What was I going to say? Oh, the storm chaser people follow me, but sorry, I just got too much on my mind right now. Yeah, Steven, you didn't hear earlier, you may not have been on at the time, but we have in this neighborhood here, this town here, I was getting pictures. Actually, it kind of cut a little more north of where I'm at and another, say, 5 miles east. They got hit. Somebody I know personally, I saw his vehicle and it was just smashed, every panel. His vehicle was facing west when he was parked at his house, and he filmed the hail hit. Lasted like 10-15 minutes. Very consistent, large hail. And I saw his truck, and the hood is just annihilated. The windows are broken. The top is smashed. Everything down the southern facing side, all the doors, the quarter panels, the bed, inside of the bed, everything was annihilated. The only thing that wasn't were his 2 doors on that side. So, and it was a brand new truck. I feel like it's going to be totaled. I don't know if they like pull every dent out or if they replace the panel and then have to color match and paint it, but definitely not going to be a cheap repair. Some of my insurance people were calling saying, hey, so I still got a list to get through today. Anyone got any questions? Back to the usual, or what I used to do, the Friday Q&A. If anyone has any interest in that, let me know. I'll try to, if there's more interest in it, anyone might get benefit, got questions to ask, especially at the building. I might try to do it at a different time slot from the building where I've got fiber optic now, and having a different type of camera, not the cell phone, where I could actually have a mock-up board, computers, green screen, whatever I need to be able to answer questions and stuff like that. And especially this summer, my nephew Brady, he's been on camera a few times. He's still in school. Probably going to help me with the YouTube stuff, and be nice to have somebody behind the scenes to help with that if there's any interest in that. Oh, somebody typed VWAP spy. What's going on with the market? Or is it, your username and your logo is V, but VWAP spy, I know what that is. I mean, VWAP's an indicator in the SPY. Let's see what's going on. If my computer and internet are on, I don't know. It keeps shutting off because I never turned on my power inverter down here. It's been that busy of a day. I left the Lebanon area this morning. Was down there. I cut west of Sheridan, and they had pictures and videos. People I've done roofs for want me to just do a quick inspection of theirs. One of them was a duration shingle we put on 3 years ago. His was fine. Some soft metal dinged up a little bit. Nothing too bad. No damage on the shingles. And then his family are in another house right around the corner in a back lane. Theirs was older and it didn't have a whole lot. But the phone calls I was taking, the other people I know north of where they were, they got hit pretty hard. So it's kind of weird. I haven't got a full map of where it went through. I don't subscribe to that hail trace software like that. Somebody told me there's a free one. Honestly, I haven't looked it up. And again, that's not my business model. People call for hail damage, wind damage, storm damage. I don't care. I'll take the call and I'll service them. But I don't go out canvassing and door knocking. I just haven't built a business that way. And I appreciate that. I'm kind of a nerdy tech guy too, actually. So much so, years back I got into CAD design on my own, teaching myself on YouTubeverse. It's the best college out there. It's not state accredited, but you can learn anything. Learned how to design PCB boards. Learned electrical engineering and made my own electrical circuit for a project I'm working on getting patented. And built some pretty cool stuff with Arduinos, Raspberry Pis, and machine learning. I just got to keep doing this to fund that expensive stuff. But I appreciate the offer there. Some new stuff I'm trying to get set up is at the new location in NAS. Since I got broadband there, I haven't decided if I'm going to have multiple hard drives and data stored across them or individual files on one hard drive. I know there's benefits one way or the other, but I haven't really gotten that much deep into that side of the IT stuff. I can honestly say I'm old enough, and I was one of the very few that has visited every website in existence back in the early 90s. That's kind of cool to say. I'm a little older than some people think. Until I have my daughter. Now I got gray hairs coming in. Speaking of daughter, I'm going to pull up the cameras here in a little bit. Watch her get off the bus. We're at, as far as like the house I met you at there, Steven, you might want to look into, it's a fiber optic service. I grew up right around the corner, not far from that house, and my sister still lives there with my dad, taking care of him, and they have fiber optics for a pretty reasonable price, I felt. I can't think of the name of that ISP there. Maybe AT&T Fiber, because I'm not a fan of AT&T. We had Uverse, it was slower than crap out in the county where I live. We switched after that to Xfinity, I think. It was the fastest we could get in our area. It was like 700, or actually I take it back. It was a gig down and 25 megabit upload, 40 max, But I don't think it's in Kokomo yet. It's a project they've been working on for 2 years called Berrycom, sister company of Barriott. So Barriott was contracted to do various burying projects, like communication lines, things like that. And they spun off a sister company called Berrycom. And that's one of the big reasons why I bought the office I bought. It's close to me and everything, but they have fiber optic trunk line running down my road. We tapped into it, and they're going around all the donut belts in Howard County and that's, I believe, done. So all the big county schools are all connected with fiber optics. The bundle that's got 280 lines or something, and then they're branching off into the biggest neighborhoods nearest that trunk line. So I think they're going to get into the Kokomo market. It's just not yet, but that's Berrycom. Check them out. No contracts. That's one of the other cool things. Not that I'd probably ever leave, because there's no other options other than Starlink, which isn't near as quick. And don't forget your VPN. And I haven't lived in the city with the internet since 2000. When did I move out? 2006? 2007. So I really don't know what else there in Kokomo. Alright, we're going kind of long. 21 minutes. Anyone got any questions? Let's see if I missed anything real quick. Nope, doesn't sound like it. Don't think I missed anything. Looks like Super Roofer, you guys are already gone probably. Is VWAP Spy still in here, or V, username V? Actually, no, that is your username, VWAP Spy. I thought you commented that. No, that's your username. Do I make good money roofing? What's your definition of good money? Where do you live? Just be a little more specific. I'll answer questions. I mean, good money, it's can mean different amounts for different people and based on where you live. Found my channel last night, fixing your shingles on the roof. All right, appreciate it. Hopefully it was a good help. Messed up from the wind. Are you in Indiana from the storm that went through, or another state that had the same storm that pushed through? Oh, you live in Florida? So your market and my market are probably going to be totally different. PA, Pennsylvania. All right. Well, hopefully it was a good video and helped you figure out what you needed to do. So the reason why I wanted to ask is, like, different cities, you flip houses and make 80 to 100,000 a year. It's not bad. I mean, compared to, so here, I'll give you a little comparison. Where I used to work here in my market since 2000. Worked my way up, can't go any higher. Made decent money. That's why I got into roofing. I'm one of 9 kids, a large family. I wanted to be a pilot at a young age. My job at the time wasn't doing it, so I had to get in something that paid more and fund it myself, and that's how I got into roofing. Everybody's like, why are you so damn smart? Why are you a roofer? Problem is, I spent way too long being somebody's slave. Learned a little bit, but moved on, management position, running up to 3 crews, spent 10 years for him. He just didn't care about anyone but himself. And left there, moved on. 3 years, communication went downhill. He wouldn't talk, wouldn't give anyone the time of the day unless it benefited him. So move on there with a whim. Start this with no money, no backers, nothing like that. A business partner at the time, co-business partners in 2-3 different businesses. And started that, and I remember my first year when I was sick with the flu, bank calling, I was overdraft. I was like, it wasn't a good feel. Really, the first year was the struggle. And then the second, the third year, I started this in 2017. 2020, it's done nothing but this. If you're familiar with the S curve, I'm just getting into that exponential. So before I answer good money, housing, food, rent, things like that are a huge factor in your living expenses. Like, for example, you go down an hour south of my hometown and you're in Carmel, you're paying big bucks in the Indianapolis, Carmel, Westfield area. It's so much cheaper here in this little factory town. It's so cheap that actually, I'd say 7 out of 10 homes are investment owned out of wealthier people in, like, California area, Nevada. There's property management companies I work with, and they're all out-of-state owned investment stuff. It's a cheap area here. With that being said, my jobs over the past years, I probably made 35, 40,000. I mean, not bad money, but you're killing yourself. You're killing your body. And last year, it's not consistent. It's very seasonal in my area. And I don't focus on storm restoration. I just build up a good brand and reputation. So much so that I actually got an offer to sell the company, or somebody wanted to buy the company. 7-figure, and I told him no. So that's kind of cool. But anyway, last year, based on your effort, what you're doing, how much you're doing, if you can not just necessarily sell the shit out of roofs and you're paying a lot out, you can also make quite a bit more money if you also focus on your expenses. So if you keep your expenses low at the same time trying to bring your volume up, and you got a good little thing going. So last year, 2023, from May through September or so, and don't hate me because it's not like I'm sitting on my butt not doing anything. I've been busting my ass. Last year went by like that, but I was putting in my pocket $50,000 a month. So I'd say I make decent money. Now, that's not a brag at all. I mean, people want to know and they hate their situation. They can change it. I changed my situation. And you just get on YouTube, use some common sense, study, learn something, learn a skill, be in tune with what the market needs, try to fulfill it better than others can, and the money will come back to you. I mean, YouTube is awesome. Appreciate it. Thank you. So this year I want to definitely do more than that. I'm also want to build up the YouTube channel because I can reach so many more people than one family a day. I can do 1 roof a day. Unless you're like today, 2 roofs a day, but you might be busy for a few weeks and then some of the sales taper off. You get into summer, different times of year, people are moving, holidays, roofing slows, weather, winter time slows. So definitely if you're in an industry like this, you want to put some away like a little squirrel. Look at the wildlife. They pack away food for those days. Same with this. You got to put those funds away so you can live off of it when you don't have the income coming in. All too many people in this industry, statistically, they go out of business within 2 years, 70-some%. They make really good money. They start buying a bunch of liabilities, trucks and things. And I know, don't judge because I'm driving a new truck. It's because I needed a tax write-off. But, oh, sorry, I lost my train of thought again. I guess anyways, what I'm trying to get at is if you hate your situation, change it. You can do it. Anyone can. And so the other thing I've been doing with a lot of the money is investing it, putting in different asset classes. I'm a big stock trader, well, bigger crypto trader, but invest in stocks, short-term swing trade stocks when I can watch it and do that, have time. If anything, it's just parked somewhere where you're making 5+%, T-bonds, treasuries, things like that. Asset class, you don't be in one asset class totally. You know, I'm diversified in real estate, stock market, bonds, treasuries, all that stuff. YouTube's a totally different kind of thing. I share information, what I know, and that brings in money. I've got a patent that brings in money. Again, it's not to brag. I was paycheck to paycheck and changed it. So the other thing I was going to answer your question there, your living expenses. The markets can vary a lot, and then also right now, depending upon if you have a home, when you got it, what if it's paid off or have a mortgage, what's your interest rate. There's so many factors and variables. In the last housing crash, I bought my first house to live in 2008. People thought I was crazy. Buying it at the worst time, it's going to crash, you know, the sun's falling. Bought the house for $82,000. Yeah, I've done some work since then. We refinanced back when rates were historically low at like 2.73, or maybe it was 3.27 or something like that. Knocked off over $102,000 in interest. Instead of the refinancing, we refinanced to a 15-year note and paid more than our thing was. Did that for a few years and then finally made a final payment, paid it off 2 years ago. So if your expenses are low, you live within your means, you take the shackles off in a sense. You're no longer a slave. And it's a feeling I can't even describe. Let me see, was that that was the same guy. River SLV. You said Florida. So is it like statewide in the roofing industry you need to have a license? Because here, you don't have to have a license. I'm licensed with the state to do business, but then it varies based on county and city. So Kokomo, they don't require anything. You go one county north into Miami County, you got to have a license with them. You got to have deck inspections, final inspections. Just it varies. There's not just one size, one shoe fits all. It's just, it sucks. Yeah, it sucks. What's good for one county is not good for another. Marion County is the worst, I think. Well, so again, if you're using GC, or you're a GC and you're using roofers and they have a carrier license, down in Lawrence, Indiana, Marion County, just east of Indianapolis, it's like dual incorporated or dual registration required. You can't just be a GC and sub it out to a subcontractor if they're licensed. Both parties have to be. So you have to go through orientation, you have to get your surety bonds and license, insurance, all that stuff. So do all your subs. It's all about money. I've told that story before. This guy shows up to do the inspection. He's like 400 pounds. He walks up, initials, and walks away. I was like, are you serious? He's like, yeah, I'm done. Didn't even look at the roof. False sense of security. Imagine that. Your government's out to look out for you. No, they're out to rob you. Boy, 31 minutes. This bag normally is gone in 5 minutes. Any other questions? Going to wrap up here real soon. I know I've said that a few times, but... No, nobody. Getting hot. Oof. I'll give it a quick minute. Looks like the viewers just jumped up significantly. Well, not significantly, but jumped up a little bit. It's pitiful. It went from 8 to 13 real quick. Like, whoop. So I'll give them a minute if they have any questions to get answered or talk before I just end it real fast. I was busy last night trying to get the trailer full, get it out of the yard. Got home, it was late. So I was rushing this morning. I didn't have a chance to get a lot of food. I grabbed a leftover broth. Didn't even put it on a bun, just heated it and ate it real quick and took off. I'm going on coffee and sugar right now. No questions? Anybody? Come on, where are we at? 3:23. All right, we'll wrap it up here. All right, for those of you guys that are on and chimed in earlier or watching later, appreciate it. As always, thanks for the support on the channel. If you